Well, let's go ahead and get started. Just want to thank everyone for being here. First, as the year is winding down, the cases, the council meeting has been, as the year is winding down, the council meetings have been packed with stuff that we've had to get through to try to get us on proper footing in the beginning for the start of next year. So in case you missed Tuesday's meeting, we approved the SEIU, or the Service Worker Employee Union contract. We also approved the Fraternal Order of Police contract and approved a lease for a hotel at the airport that is going to be developed. So that's just a snapshot of what we've been going through the last couple of weeks, and I assume that this upcoming agenda will also be jam-packed with stuff that we want to get done so that we can start next year on a good note. So we also learned this week that the medical school downtown, our DO school, received the approval to begin recruiting students for their fall semester for 2022. This helps not only address the need for physicians, not just in Wichita, but throughout Kansas, but also helps the city grow and work to position Wichita as a leader in post-secondary education. So we're very excited of what's going on with the DO medical school downtown. Wichita is shaping up to have a lot of activity and growth in the future, and we are also excited that the medical school and the surrounding development will be adding to that. So we're hoping for good things in 2022. It's going to be a busy year, and we're looking forward to a lot of changes and growth. So with that, speaking of change and growth, I want to introduce Jesse Romo, who is our new director of airports, and he's with us today. Jesse is an accredited airport executive and a member of the American Association of Airport Executives, who took over after the retirement of Victor White earlier this year. The director of airports is responsible for the executive leadership of the Department of Airports and for oversight and operations of Wichita Dwight D. Eisenhower National Airport, and of course also Jabara Airport. The department is a landlord of both airports and its real estate activities and provides services to airlines, tenants, customers, and visitors. So with that, I want to introduce you guys to Jesse. Jesse, why don't you come on up and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I really appreciate the introduction and the opportunity to come here today. Again, my name is Jesse Romo. I'm your new Director of Airports at Wichita. I come to you from the city of Manhattan, where I was Director of Airport there. We had very successful commercial service, a lot of great development opportunities were going on over there, from new terminal to new parking improvements. And prior to that, I worked as the Director of Aviation for the state of Kansas at KDOT. In that position, I was able to interact with 138 public use airports around the state of Kansas, and it included Wichita Airport. So I'm pretty familiar, and I'm super excited, especially on a personal note, a low-time pilot, but a continued av geek, and I just love being around airports and airplanes. So being here in the air capital world is just an extreme blessing for me, and I can't wait to continue to meet everybody and build on the partnerships and the legacy that's been built before me. So again, thank you for the opportunity to introduce myself, and it's a pleasure.
And I was fortunate to be one of the folks who did the interviews for this position. I know that Jesse was up against some pretty stiff competition and really did well. And just hearing afterwards, the city manager, who ultimately makes the hire, talked about you in a way in which he's not only appreciative of the work that you have been doing, but seeing potential in the future growth of not just Wichita, but also you leading that. So thank you so much for everything that you're doing over at the airport. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Battle of the Badges. Just a reminder that there's still time to set up between now and January to donate blood for the American Red Cross. The annual Battle of the Badges blood drive, which started in this area back in 1994, has grown to be one of the largest and most successful Battle of the Badges blood drive in the country. Now, for those who don't know, the Battle of the Badges is actually pitting our police department against our fire department, and also I think against the EMTs over across the street on the county side. And what we are doing is asking folks to go out, donate blood, and then after you donate blood, you can vote for being on team firefighters or team police. And then at the end, they get some bragging rights out of it. But we want to just let folks know that there is still time to donate blood. I donated blood a couple of days ago. It takes about an hour, maybe. It takes about 5 minutes to actually do the blood donation part, but the paperwork and everything else takes about an hour. And the first 26 years of this event, we've seen over 30,000 blood and pallet donations to be collected. The goal for this year is 1,063 blood and pallet donations. So we're hoping that folks can help us out. As I think we all know, the American Red Cross is always looking for to increase their blood supply, but for some reason this time of the year is a tougher time for them to increase that supply. So here in Wichita, we want to do our part by making this a part of the Battle of the Badges and ask folks to go donate blood. So next thing we're going to talk about is just our Evolve. So registration is now open for the 2022 Winter Evolve classes. Enroll in your favorite City Arts, Wichita Parks and Recreation, and Wichita Public Library classes online to usher in the new year. Classes start in January 2022. So you can find the guide at wichita.gov, and even printed copies of the guide will soon be available here at City Hall. City Arts are recreation centers, and Wichita libraries and various other retailers. So if you are one of those folks who are setting up or going into the new year with a New Year's resolution to get involved in one of these activities, please make sure you look towards our city activities that we have, really high quality programs, and Evolve is the best way to get information and sign up for those. So with that, we're kind of short today, but I'll open up to any questions on anything. We can make Jesse answer questions too. It's really easy. All right, well, with that, thank you all. I feel almost bad. We have more controversy, I guess.